Welcome back to the PaddyPowerPoker.com Irish Open here at the City West Hotel in Dublin, where the poker and the crack are mighty. We're getting closer to the final table now, with just 2 days left to play. The remaining players are starting to get very excited as they begin to see dollars in their eyes. Now, the last time we left you with just 80 players remaining, but over the following 2 hours we had fireworks. So let's have a look now with Jesse.
The Irish Open, it only comes around once a year, but history lasts forever. And what a vibe in that room. The pressure, the drama. And as long as you're still in, everything's rosy. But as they dwindled down last night, the pots were big and the exits were faster. Irish Open history, John Wong had made the money 2 years in a row, but it was not to be this year. Donald Norton building a monster stack, and John Wong is going to have to make it next year for another try. Irish sporting legends and poker players alike. And as they got down out in 73rd, that meant everybody else was in the money, but that's all you can ask for. Thomas Finneran knocking out and putting the remaining players in a guaranteed payday. It was a bit of a scramble from then on in. Londoner Neil Channing building a stack as Norton just increased his chip position. You love having the bullets, but when they're on their back, they're still fragile. And Ramit Samaya, well-regarded player, he made the money, but he'll have to wait till next year. Even our own Liam Flood had to leave the building.
Finished 95th. I'm happy enough, actually. Like, it was good. I enjoyed the 2 days playing. Pity I didn't get a third one.
Well, it was time for that race to the final table. Only 6 will be there. And you love having aces, but when somebody else has got the other lot, the third player in the middle comes into play. A chance to crack 2 lots of aces, not just one. But in the end, Parkinson split them up and continued on for a march.
Well, that was then, but with 52 players remaining, it's all to play for. As the pay levels increase, so will the stress, but it's the player who will hold his nerve against the rest of them who will claim the prize. We caught up with a few of our chip leaders to find out how they'll be playing their big stacks.
Excited and nervous, and I got a few nice hands last night on my Ace King's done well for me. You know, I took out 3 players with Ace King in the space of 5 hands. I moved to the last move I made was 11.5 to go to 140 grand, and I added another 200k in the last hour there. So it's a nice feeling. Yeah.
I'm quite nervous at the minute because obviously it's a big tournament. I've not had this chance to win this amount of money, and I really want to win it. So yeah, but I'm doing well so far and just hope to keep it up basically. I had a big double up with a pair of kings against this lunatic on my table, and thank God he paid me off. Probably because I made this disgusting move with a jack deuce earlier and he thought I might be at it, so that's probably why I got that. And then as soon as I had that double up, I found it quite easy, like just basically running the table over just before the bubble, so I picked up a lot of chips there.
So I'm used to the pressure. I'm feeling good. I had a really nice workout this morning, and you know, I got that warm feeling in my chest, and I'm really feeling like I have a really good chance in taking this down. I lost a big pot with Ace Queen versus Ace 8, which would have brought me to like one of the chip leaders, but other than that, most of it's been like no showdown poker. I'm feeling good about today,
So that's it, down to business. The feature table includes some of the best players from Ireland, Europe and around the world. It's time now to hand you over to the voice of poker, Jessie May, and World Series of Poker bracelet winner, Kieran O'Leary, in the commentary booth.
52 players left in this tournament, 8 of them on this feature table, and in seat number 1, it is John Conroy from Yorkshire. He's had a 3rd place in an EPT. And is one of the original online players. Seat number 2, big name in poker circles, Londoner John Cabbage, who's made several World Series of Poker final tables. In seat number 3, he made the money in this Irish Open last year and is back for more, all the way from Sheffield, Maz Mawab. Seat number 4, just off the final table, 7th place in last year's Irish Open, Galway man and popular player Thomas Finneran. In seat number 5, he's had results stretching back 30 years, Kaluki Don Fagan, part of a poker dynasty in Dublin. In seat number 6, from Dublin, youngster Brian Antionati. In seat number 7, he's a steel erector from Nottingham. This is Tony Salmon. And rounding out this table, a Dutchman, all the way from Amsterdam, Edwin Tournier. Thrilled to be back in the chair with Kieran O'Leary. And Kieran, I mean, last night there was so much tension finishing things off, but this morning there's a real buzz in the air.
Well, I was down there with them just before it started, and everyone, you know, you could detect that they were a bit nervous, but at the same time so very excited to be a part of 52 players in the Irish Open.
At this particular table, the guys with experience, you just wonder how that's going to serve them. I mean, both Maz Moab and Thomas Finneran did well in this tournament last year, and Don Fagan, so much experience.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, they're going to be trying to feel each other out from the beginning here, see who's going to try and take the bull by the horn, so to speak. It's going to be interesting to see how... Oh!
Now, Moab has, I believe, limped in with this ace-jack, and the all-in has come from Antoniadi, the young Dubliner. He's only got 31,000 in chips, and with the pair of sevens...
Well, you know, I don't necessarily like the fact that Maz limps, because he's not finding any info. You have to ask the question. You have to find out where you're at. And by just limping, he's showing weakness. And Tonati picking that up with the sevens, and he moves in. So I like his play.
It's going to be 22,000 more on Maz, and he can afford it. He started the day with 120,000. So calling and losing would knock him to about 90.
Well, if you think about it, he's sitting there with ace-jack. He's thinking, okay, I limped. I got this kid here to my left. He's moved all in. He's electing to call, but I don't necessarily know that that's the right play here.
He's actually going to be looking at a perfect situation, which is the race with 2 overcards.
Well, that was his best case scenario.
Best case scenario, right?
Worst case scenario is that he's dominated, and as we can see, he's actually an underdog to the sevens. So
I think with the average chips out there and the big blinds, we're going to be seeing a lot of these all-ins early. And here's the first one in the first hand.
It's in the dealer's hands now, Jesse.
Yeah. And the flop. And that could be Antoniadi's tournament right here. 1 minute in, down to 2 outs.
Queen of clubs.
King would make a split.
And the two
not
space
to me.
He got his money in good. It makes for a good story, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think guaranteed 6,500 euros. When he wakes up tomorrow, that's going to feel good in the back pocket. Right now, just a little bit disappointed probably about getting knocked.
Yeah, you can't help but feel a bit sorry for the man, but he played well. He did it's a great accomplishment to get this far, and hopefully we'll see him back again next year.
Well, the guy limped under the gun. I put him on a weak ace or whatever, so I had a pair of sevens, got what I wanted, and I lost the classic race. He hit his ace on his jack on the flop. I didn't hit my 7. It's a disaster.
Do you enjoy the tournament?
Great tournament. Just wish I had more chips for the final day today, but maybe next year, you know.
Just having a quick look at our top 8 chip counts before play begins. Mark Spellman up there, met him. He's from Galway, feeling real good. You were talking to Peter Linton, who's got 266,000, I know.
Yeah, and Peter, he said, you know, it would mean the world to him if he could somehow take this title down. You know, he's a great online player. He's won a couple of small live tournaments, and this would just catapult him.
Scandinavian Hugard up there, Kabaj, but those will be changing quick. There's 6 million in play, don't forget. They just lost the 1 so far, and there is a new player sitting down. This is Emmett Davis, who he qualified on the sponsor site for this tournament, is the last surviving member of that crew, and because of that, he'll have a free entry to the World Series. So he's already won a nice little package. Thomas Finneran actually was the Paddy last qualifier last year, and he put that to good. Nick? Here comes Finneran.
Absolutely has. I mean, here he is back here again. He's taking advantage of every opportunity he has.
Emmett Davis, a youngster from Galway, but he's very short-stacked. got 45,000.
Pass.
He's still in with a shout, though. You got chips in front of you. You're never out of it.
Pass.
Main thing for him is to get his money in good.
Finneran's made it 18 with the ace-8 under the gun. It's, I guess it's the kind of play you can make when you've got a lot of chips back.
Yeah, you can afford to throw a few of them out there. You know, you have to put your chips to work. Nobody can deny that. And the fact that it did come from early position, it's often seen as a much stronger player.